Hello and welcome to our chemistry class. We have started chapter number 2, that is physical and chemical change, and in this chapter we are going to study now freezing, melting, sublimation and dissolving. So let's start with freezing. What do you mean by freezing? The process of changes the liquid state into a solid state on cooling, called the freezing. Water changes into the ice is an example of freezing. In this, water that is in the liquid form changes into the ice, which is in the solid form after cooling. Next one is, it is reversible, means we can get ice from the water and water from the ice. And exothermic means heat is released in the formation of ice, and also it is a fast process. It is desirable in cold storages and refrigerators, and it is undesirable in cold countries because in the cold countries the weather is cool. Next one is melting. What do you mean by melting? The process by which solid changes into a liquid state at a particular temperature, that is called the melting point. So, when the solid changes into the liquid state, that is called melting, and it occurs at a specific temperature, means ice can melt at a temperature that is 0 degree Celsius. So, next one is, it is a physical process. It is a fast, reversible and endothermic. Endothermic means in which heat is required. It is an desirable or undesirable change, means the melting of wax in the candle is a desirable change, but the melting of ice cream is an undesirable change. So, the next one is sublimation. When a substance changes from a solid state to the vapor state without melting, that is called sublimation. When the solid changes into the gaseous state without passing through the liquid state. It is reversible and endothermic and desirable change. Mostly the water changes into the liquid state after heating, but in sublimation the solid changes into the vapor state after heating without passing through the liquid state. You can observe when you place the naphthalene balls at room temperature, they will get vaporizes, means their size becomes reduced. So, now we will see sublimation of ammonium chloride. This method can be used to separate the materials like ammonium chloride, camphor and iodine from the other substances that are present in a mixture. So, now we will see the sublimation of ammonium chloride with this experiment. So, for this, take a mixture of sand and ammonium chloride in a china dish. Cover it with a funnel and plug a cotton wool at the tail end, and the funnel is in the inverted form. So, when we apply heat on this china dish, after heating the ammonium chloride that is in the solid form, it get converted into the vapor form and deposit near the tail end of the funnel. So, this is a sublimation method. So, next one is the dissolving. The process of mixing a solid, liquid or gas uniformly with another substance to form a solution, that is called dissolving. So, for dissolving, two substances are required. One is the solute, the substance that is dissolved in a liquid, that is called solute, and solvent is the liquid in which the solid is dissolved is called solvent. So, look at here. Mostly the water act as a solvent. So, here sugar is dissolved in water and after mixing they will get converted into a solution. So, sugar is a solute, when dissolved in water, that is a solvent, they will give sweet water, that is a solution. So, solid dissolved in water is a physical change. Solid can be recovered from the solution by evaporation. For example, if we have a salt solution, then by evaporation water get evaporated and salt is left behind. So, we can recover solid by evaporation easily. The next point is, depending on the nature of the solute, while dissolving, heat may be given out or absorbed, or neither given out or nor absorbed. Means sometimes the heat may be required and sometimes it will not required. For dissolving,